Well, good morning, Joe. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Although that
Good
wasn't
morning.
necessarily a happy intro right there.
It's a
I
sad
had to
intro. It's a truth intro. It's something that everybody needs to be aware of. How little power we have against, well, the government. So,
Yep.
very sad.
Yep. I mean, I know that's not necessarily a crypto thing. So,
In a
but
way,
I
it is. In a way, it is, because with the whole government, I mean, they
yeah.
they they've been trying to take away crypto. They've been trying to, oh, it's only for bad stuff. But now, well, we have EFTs, so ETFs. So just
ETFs. Yes.
yeah,
Chris,
it's
welcome.
something else.
Appreciate you. I again, for those who, even if you're watching this later, it isn't about the squirrel. It isn't about the raccoon. It goes beyond that. It's the fact that you've got basically the government able to on an anonymous tip create these trumped up charges, get a judge to sign off on a warrant, put together this armed strike team to come into your house, rip you out of your home, hold you at gunpoint for 5 hours, interrogate you about your immigration status, and then euthanize your pets right in front of you. This was a pet for 7 years.
So how many thousands of people complained?
One, as far as I'm aware.
One.
I mean, or at least that's what's being put out there. If I'm incorrect, please correct me in the comments. But
that's all I heard was one. That's all I heard was one.
Yep.
And they did all that. They had all those different agencies. They had the judge sign off on it. They had all those people come into the dude's house for a squirrel, not for illegal, activities as
drugs,
far as,
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't doing like a P. Diddy thing. I mean, you would expect it to be a P. Diddy thing.
No, they get away with that shit.
Yeah, it's a squirrel. It was like, man, I saw that. I was like, there's no way this is happening. And first I thought it was like a joke or something, and then like you could see how serious he was. Like, for a squirrel, what did? Yep. And now I'm thinking, okay, maybe the squirrel broke out, attacked some people. Then okay, kind of justifiable. It's just a YouTube star.
Yeah, exactly. Who's raising money for their nonprofit animal shelter? It's like, holy crap. And the why. The question is, well, I don't want to hear about the anonymous complaint. Please. There are anonymous complaints every day about every freaking thing under the sun. And you pick and choose that this is what you're going to literally gear up a frigging bunch of state police raid party to go in and break down a door for a squirrel.
Right. And like I would want to know what the complaint was. Like, I can't even think of anything that would even remotely justify the actions that were taken.
Yep. Yep. Happy Monday, everybody. This is this is going to be a crazy week. I'm sorry. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it. This is going to be one hell of a crazy week. Election day tomorrow. If you haven't already voted, if you still got early voting, go do it. If not, make sure you're out there tomorrow. Vote. I mean, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for at the end of the day. You know what? That's up to you. Well, yeah, feel free. Not that I don't want to. Now, and listen, tomorrow night we're going to be live starting at 8 p.m. on a live stream, God willing, until we get an actual new president of the United States. And I'll give you more of my opinion on that live stream there. We'll cover a lot of the shenanigans that are already going on. But again, not trying to get down that road. I think we should probably bring it a little bit back in here, rein it back in here, Joe. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man. All right. But with the election in mind, I want to show this clip. It was a CBS News clip where they were talking about cryptocurrency holders and investors actually having the ability to influence this election cycle. And it's something I've talked about, hell, when on some of our Crypto on the Rocks, Joe, right? We're sitting there, we've talked about it. After hours, we've talked about it. It is definitely a possibility in this 2024 election. But let me bring that up, and we'll go through that, and then we'll move on like we normally do here. Where is it? There it is. All right, let me get this going. Oops.
And there is a new group of voters this election cycle that could make a big difference. Can you guess who it is? Especially in battleground states, we are talking about crypto investors. 1 in 5 Americans owns cryptocurrency. And for the first time, those people could sway who becomes president. How and why? Well, Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady is here to tell us. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning to you both. You know, I find this fascinating because for the first time ever, these crypto investors, they could really move the needle in a presidential election. And a key reason is that crypto has become increasingly more mainstream. How a candidate plans to approach the space could really impact their vote. So I want to put some numbers behind it because I'm always a business nerd, right? So on the anywhere between 7 and 21% of Americans have invested in crypto. So on the low end, that's 18 million people. On the high end, that's 50 million people, right? So
I just want to point out that I think those numbers are actually low. Most of the numbers that I've read and researched point to a low end of closer to 50 million with a higher end closer to 80 million, to be honest. But
nice.
Have you done any research on that, Joe?
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, but even if I'm wrong, still 18 million is a sizable number of U.S. voters. So, but I just wanted to point that out.
Any way you slice it, that's a lot. Of those, close to 75% said they're going to consider a presidential candidate's stance when voting. So look, this could really play a big role in battleground states. For example, the Stand with Crypto PAC is sending up what they're calling crypto advocates. In Arizona and Georgia, they already have more than 30,000 advocates. That's way more than the number of votes that Biden won in those states by. And because of those potential voters, right, the crypto money is flooding in like we have never seen before. The pro-crypto PAC Fair Shake, it's raised over $200 million this cycle. That's one of the top PACs in terms of funds raised. So look, the takeaway here.
I mean, think about it. And the irony is when I did my last live stream with where we were talking about John Deaton and Elizabeth Warren, she was pointing out, oh my God, all these crypto people spending all this money. Well, you kick the hornet's nest. You're basically attacking this entire industry. You expect them not to defend themselves? I don't get it. Is it just me? I mean, am I crazy, Joe? I mean, feel free to tell me. I mean, I don't know. And then it's like, and then you get all like all this hyperbole when all of a sudden they decide that they're going to start throwing money at more crypto friendly candidates. Hello. All right, let me finish this up. It's got about another minute and a half.
Is if crypto owners are single issue voters, they could actually play a role in picking the next president.
Amen.
Wow. I don't understand crypto at all. I at one point owned some crypto stock and I couldn't tell why it was going up or down, and it made me feel all kinds of ads.
Yeah.
And you can tell he did no research because crypto is not stock, but you know, anyway.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I'm out. Very interesting though. Oh no, we want to tuck in one more question. So is there a presidential candidate who is considered to be better for the crypto world?
So look, I think it's a mix. Okay, so former President Trump has kind of styled himself as the pro-crypto candidate. He has put forth a number of policies, adding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, which like we hold gold, for example. He's also really focused on light touch regulation. I will highlight, like a couple of years ago, he was saying crypto's a scam. So this has been a 180. The people that I'm talking to in the industry are saying, look, I don't know if he's really going to go through with this. VP Harris has not taken an official stance. She has met with industry leaders, but the Biden-Harris administration has been perceived as very anti-crypto by the industry. So a lot of the people that I'm talking to are saying, like, look, she hasn't come out and said anything to distance herself from that. So we're not really sure what the administration would look like. I'll leave you with this, though. Bitcoin, with President Trump's chances, it trends up. It's kind of like a meme stock. So that's something to keep your eye on.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of Bitcoin as a compared to a meme stock, but whatever. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, it's funny. Again, this is mainstream media. This is the general understanding for those who are either like got a peripheral view of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, or they think it's a get rich quick pump thing, like
Right.
that guy did. Obviously, oh, I got in and it was doing this and that, and oh my god, it gave me agita. Well, dude, dude, yeah, and then he calls it stock to boot. So anyway. All right, I guess we should get into the regular show. I mean, unless you want to throw anything in there, Joe. I'm not trying to
No, go ahead.
put you out there. All right, let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index again, still running kind of hot right here. Into 70, still into greed. It is down a little bit from yesterday and the last week's numbers, but still running kind of hot.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to be coming down, so that number should be coming down as well.
I would like to see it come down a little bit again, by the dip.
Since we have the election tomorrow, if it does come down a little bit, I'm pretty sure the markets are going to take off, and then it's going to go like crazy high. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yes, we will see. We will see. All right, Joe, have you taken your medicine?
Yes.
Okay.
Right before the show.
Right before. Hey, I got to make sure we don't need any kind of medical things going on while we're here.
No medical things right now.
Yeah, and we take a look at how much our debt has gone up in 1 week, because again, every week we take a look at where we were and where we are currently with the U.S. national debt, and it is just ballooning out of control. We are this close to $36 trillion in debt. 36 trillion. Okay, I'm going to need some of your medicine. Okay, let's show last week's. So when you and I were live last week, here it is. We had, let me make it big so everybody can see it here, $35,831 billion in debt. That's where we were last week. Okay, I got to take a breath. And here now, I'm telling you, here now is the live debt clock ticking away. 35 trillion 970 billion. That's an increase of $139 billion. $139 billion in 1 week. 1 week. But no, and I'm sorry, I don't care what presidential candidate you're voting for, is talking about this. With the exception of Trump saying maybe a Bitcoin reserve. Other than that, I mean, Harris won't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. Well, let's be honest.
Trump is going to appoint Elon Musk to handle like spending and stuff. So I'm pretty sure he'll be tackling the debt by not spending as much, or finding ways of reducing the spending.
What a novel idea, right?
Yeah.
Don't spend money you don't have.
Yeah.
Honest to God. Again, listen, folks, this should piss you off. This alone should be a reason you make sure you vote tomorrow.
Yes.
Because your children, your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children are going to be saddled with what we're seeing right here.
Yep.
So shame on you if this doesn't piss you off. Shame on you. All right. That's enough.
Yeah, this is the first time that I voted early. The other times it'd be, the day of, and, you got to wait in line, you got to find parking, et cetera, et cetera. And like I said, a couple of days ago, I went, very easy to park, took like 5-10 minutes, just super quick. As soon as you go in, you do a little thing, you go into the little thing, you do your thing, and then you're out. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, same for me. First time I've done early voting. I have done absentee before because I've been traveling or whatever. But like early voting, yeah, first time for me. So, but I wanted to make sure because honestly, we already are seeing shenanigans with regard to, again, I'm not trying to make this an election live stream, but because that's tomorrow tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know, Joe. No matter who, what, when, why, or how, my opinion, and we'll jump into the charts in a second here with you. My opinion is, I think Bitcoin is gonna, and when I say Bitcoin, I'm talking Bitcoin, crypto, whatever, gonna be doing a little bit of a dip. I think it's my opinion, not financial advice. Wait, where's my little there it is.
There it is.
Not financial advice. You know, a little bit of a dip, and then I think depending on the who, we might see the pop back and then the increase and run up. So again, not financial advice, old guy, interwebs. Show up tomorrow night for the election live stream, and we'll go from there. We're going to watch it live along with everything else. What do you think about that, Joe? We're going to add your chart here, and what are you thinking?
You know, I agree with you. So if the orange man wins, more than likely, price is going to be going up, and then because people want to take profit, people want to do exactly what you want to do. You know, buy low, sell high. They're going to sell, and it's going to come down, and then it'll go up again. But if the confused one wins, then of course it'll go down. But because people want to do what you want to do, as far as, you know, buy at a discount, after it goes down, it'll go up. So that's my thought process. Right now, I was kind of playing around with Bitcoin, doing some shorts and longs, high leverage. Entered a short here, sold here. So this little move was pretty nice.
Nice.
Now, do I think that Bitcoin, let's go ahead and just hide some of this. Do I think Bitcoin is going to go up or down? Well, I think it's going to go down. And the reason for that is just because we have, this is the overall thought process. And now, of course, you have to also include the election. So this may be a little skewed. We may see, let's see, today I might do this number, then tomorrow might do this number to where we do all-time high, and then it'll dump because people are taking profit and the market makers want to liquidate everybody. Then, in my opinion, it might come maybe high again before it dumps. And this is the tricky part, because I'm not too sure if it's going to do a lower low or a higher low. If it does a lower low, this would be better for the market makers.
Right.
Because now we're thinking, oh, we're changing the trend. We're going to go down to 40, 44, which I don't think we were going to do. And then, of course, they can liquidate more people. But I think what might happen, we'll do a higher low. And then if the market makers are really, really evil to us, they'll create a new higher high. And then now everybody for sure is, oh, we're going to 100K. This is it. And then only to dump on us again. And so all this is liquidation. You know, we're coming up, and then everybody's going long. They're going to liquidate. So everybody's going short. They're going to liquidate. Everybody's going long. They're going to liquidate. So it's going to do like that for a little bit. And then eventually it'll settle out and settle down and then start doing something like this, to where it's higher highs, higher lows, and then, of course, it comes up. And then we never see 70,000 again. But this is my thought process. I really would love to see, and I've been saying this for a couple months probably now, or for at least some time until we came over here, especially right here. I would love to see price action come down to the daily fair value gap and also the 4-hour fair value gap. So right around 63.9, between 64.8 and 63. So within that range, I would absolutely love for the price action to come down here and then start making its way up. Whenever we have retracements, it's healthy for the price action. When we just have up only, it's very dangerous, because when it does come down, it can come down really,
I was going to say
really hard. Yeah. But that's my thought process on Bitcoin. So
I'm with you 1,000%. I agree with the liquidations and stuff. Now, if it goes down into that fair value gap, I don't know, Joe. I think people in the Bitcoin space are going to be like losing their minds. I really
this isn't too bad, because it's only 63.5. And then we have another strong level at 58.8. So if we lose the 58.8, then in my opinion, I think people are going to just go, oh man, we're definitely going to 40, 44. Definitely. But we do have this strong level here. And then we have our backup right here, our a daily order block. But I don't see it going below 58.8. It can do whatever it wants, but I don't see it doing that. Our next level is 52, 52.5. This is our weekly low, but I really don't see it coming down here. I see it for sure, hopefully, coming down here. And not only that, but so this is the uptrend. Here we have our downtrend, trend change to an uptrend.
Yep.
So the move from the bottom of the uptrend to the very top of the uptrend, pulling back 50%, would be right here, right in this daily fair value gap and also the 4-hour fair value gap. So this would be a perfect spot for the retracement. Not only that, but we have our anchored VWAP, which measures the volume, the average volume for the price action. So not only that, but more than likely it'll go right into this area as well, hopefully. Now, of course, this is always moving up, but as this comes down, they'll meet. Price action may go underneath it to come above this blue line. And for me personally, I love seeing when the price retraces after a run up at the 35% level. This to me is healthy. More healthy or healthier is when it goes to the 50. Because once again, I mean, all the move up creates liquidity. And the market makers, they are very highly interested in taking that liquidity because that's how they make their money. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to come back for it because they'll create liquidity up to higher and then take that. So they're always making money. But I would like to see 35, possibly 50. So that's why I'm saying here, the pullback is going to go at least to the 35. So we're looking at 66.5-ish area. If we get lucky, they'll come down here to around 63.7, in this kind of area. But that's my thought process.
Excellent. Now, I mean, I know a lot is going to play out over the next few days, but I know you and I were, you and I were pretty much of the same mindset about seeing these new or newer all-time highs in the beginning, like first quarter 2025. Are you still of that mindset?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. 100%.
Okay. Hey, I mean, you got to. I'm not opposed to changing my mind. I'm not. I'm not going to hold on to something if charts or whatever are telling me otherwise. So, just checking to see if you were still in that same kind of mindset and time frame. So
right now, I do have something that I want to show people. This after we do get our breakout, I believe that we're going to be going in accumulation. This is something that I have, and of course, feel free to post the link in the chat. But and I just sent it to you right now.
Yeah, I'm putting it in as we speak.
But this right here is so right now we're in accumulation. 200 days. 200 days. Once we break out of this accumulation, I believe we're going to go into another accumulation, and I give you the percentage of the accumulation plus the length of the accumulation. The link is for my Patreon. This is free. There's no charge to this. This is free. The reason I'm putting certain things on Patreon is so that they're really easy to find versus all the videos that are on YouTube. And I have a free section. Here, I actually give you a PDF as well. A PDF with all of the thought process that goes into this with the numbers. I go over from the beginning, the first halving, the first, accumulation, then the second accumulation. I also I show you where the election dates were at. And I mark everything out with a bunch of dates and also give you some math that I use to do this figure. Once again, this is completely free. So make sure to check it out. This is Bitcoin historical key moments. It's going to talk about the next accumulation that's possibly going to happen, the length, the duration, and also the amount of percentage. So definitely check that out.
Yep. Link is in the live chat, everybody. So, and links to Joe's information is in the description always. So make sure you check that out. That's great information and for free.
Yeah, for free.
You
Yeah,
know?
and that's because a lot of people were asking me, it's like, once it breaks out, are we, going up and that's it? I was like, well, there's going to be accumulation. And so, of course, I walked them through it, and I said, you know what, let me make a video. So that way, hopefully it helps everybody else out. And,
Yep.
the more the easier it is, especially when not to FOMO and just to kind of know what to expect. Granted, nobody knows the future, but that stuff happened in the past and it continued, all the cycles. So more than likely accumulation this cycle as well.
Gotcha. Yep. Well, I mean, folks, there it is right there. The look at the week ahead here, and Joe just gave you what I think is spot on analysis here with regard to BTC. Anything else you want to throw out there, Joe? Market related or anything for that matter?
Just right now this week, the days that I'm going live, it's kind of changing. I'm doing different times, just kind of get different people. It used to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. I think today I'm gonna do 7. I was doing 5. I did 5 p.m. this weekend. I think I'm gonna do 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this week. So if you always, kind of want to know what I'm doing, or maybe, different times, make sure to follow me on Twitter. And of course, my Twitter link is in the YouTube, where you go for the links on the homepage. And then just follow me on Twitter. But it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this week. And then every Sunday, I put out free content on Patreon. So every Sunday, look forward to either a video, a PDF. I'm going to give you value for free. So it's going to help you in your trading journey. So
and again, links to Joe, everything for Joe is in the description always. So make sure you check that out. Took me a second. Sorry, Joe. I had to change my little graphic there. You got me all changed up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, right now I'm just kind of changing it up. It was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but right now just kind of filling out the waters, for different time frames. I think 7 might be better. But as the market progresses and gets stronger, there's a really strong possibility that I'm going to go live 2 times a day, maybe even 3 times a day, early in the morning, then the mid-morning, maybe between 1 and 3, and then 7 and 9, something like that. So we'll see.
Wow. Excellent. All right. Well, there you go, folks. So are you planning to join me tomorrow night, Joe, on the election?
Looking forward to it. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people doing streams. Yes. But of course, I committed to you first, and I said, yeah, definitely. So, I'll be here, and we'll be looking at it together and seeing what happens. So I'm kind of nervous, but I think I don't want to get too into it today, but I think just everybody needs to vote. And
yes.
I kind of got trolled, I think, yesterday on my live stream.
Really?
Somebody said that they were going to vote for, or they had voted for somebody or whatever because of X, Y, and Z. And I said, I hope you're playing with me. If you're not, don't put so much dye in your hair. I think all that dye is going to your brain. And then I asked, is your hair blue or pink? I said, I'm pretty sure it's blue. So I kind of roasted him a little bit. But
gotcha.
That's just me, though. I'm real. But you're free to say your side of this. And I asked too, why are you voting for this particular person? If I was undecided, what could you say to sway me?
Yep.
And of course they didn't say nothing. So that's why I started asking them. I said, I think your hair's blue. Pretty sure.
There you go. Well, we'll be doing more.
Yeah, it's gonna get crazy, guys, tomorrow. It's gonna get
tomorrow
crazy
night.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely check us out.
Yes, for sure. And like Joe said, a lot of people, excuse me, a lot of people are doing live streams tomorrow. A lot of crypto influencers following it along. We got, matter of fact, let me bring that up to talk about what else we got. Tomorrow's a busy day for me. I had people trying to get me to do different things. I'm like, nope, leave me alone on Tuesday. I
It's gonna be crazy.
The time. Ain't got the time. But anyway, listen, 6 p.m. if you don't already know. Oh my goodness, sorry. 6 p.m. We're going to be interviewing Crypto Billy about Billy Goat Tales. The book came in, the children's book that he has. So we're going to be giving one of those away live on that interview, on that stream. So make sure you're there for that. And right after that, he's going to be getting his stuff together because he's doing a Twitter space that's going to be crypto related. Hawk Crypto, I invited him to come and join us, but he has his own stream going. So I get it. I told him I'm going to try and bring his stream into ours as well. So I'm going to see if I can't bring some of the Twitter space in that Billy's doing. We're going to, I don't know. I think
that'd be really cool. I think that'd be really cool if you could bring Billy's X Space to the live stream.
Yep.
I think that'd be really, really cool if that's even possible. So that'd be
well,
cool. And then we can kind of like, you can mute them and we can talk about what they're saying and then unmute. And
yeah, I think I can. I've got to, and that's part of why I want like the day off tomorrow, if you would, with everything else, because I need to test out some of these things to try and bring it in. I can't bring them in like where they can talk with us, but I can bring them in where we can listen to them. So that's
you know what would be even better or cooler? Like we have the live stream playing with the audio, kind of so we have the Twitter playing with their audio, and then when like we can request to talk if we want to or whatever, and then when they say trade intuition, go and you have the thing, I'll mute our live stream so I could talk so there's no feedback or noise. And then I can just say my little speech or whatever, and then finish, and then unmute the live stream. I don't know.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll
that way we can participate there. The only problem is, I really wish that Twitter had a volume. They don't have a volume. They only have a mute. So the way you mute them is you have to go to the tab, and then you'll see like a little speaker, I guess, and you click on the speaker and it mutes them. But that's the only thing that I really wish they would put a volume on Twitter. But so usually, like if I'm watching you, if I'm watching somebody else, and I'm trying to show my support to them, sometimes I'll have to hit the mute button so that I could talk and then unmute. So but
no, I get it. But we're going to try, folks. So make sure you join us tomorrow. I'm going to do my best to do that. And for election results, I've got access to the election integrity map that's being used. But what?
Idea.
Okay.
Have the Twitter. If you're going to be doing the Twitter space or listening to the Twitter space, just have it in your phone because your phone has the volume, not the computer. Light bulb.
Yeah.
So that way you can turn it down and be here, and then when you're going to speak, you can do the speak and just kind of turn it down again to where you're still hearing it, but it's not like on the computer. The computer, it's just full volume. Okay, it's just light bulb.
No, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. But we're gonna be following the election map so we can see when the states are called, et cetera, et cetera. Got access to that. The one that's being put up and used by Louder with Crowder. We're going to be following that stream as well. To get a lot of the election results and go through any of the shenanigans that are going on, as well as Dan Bongino. So watch for all of that tomorrow. It's going to be a busy night. I'll apologize in advance for technical difficulties that may or may not occur. But we are going to try really hard to bring in as many people as possible, as many things as possible, and be as useful as possible to everybody. All right. I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to head out. I hope you have a great week. Joe, any last thoughts you want to throw out there before we go?
Just vote. And it really does matter.
Amen.
And just know that crypto is the answer. It really is. That's all I got.
Amen. All right. I no better words. No better words. On that, we end. All right. We'll see everybody later. Hopefully tomorrow. Take care.
You guys take care.